Thank you, Robert, for a nice introduction. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good afternoon. To give me a pleasure to give you some insight on what's going on in Saudi Arabia. Over the last few days, we heard about the economy, the size. So let's go through some of the numbers about Saudi Arabia. Where is the port? We heard Saudi Arabia has the largest economy in the Middle East. It is also the highest population in the Middle East. It has the highest growth in the Middle East. It has the most diversified economy of all the Middle East. So you're looking at a very big country that has increasingly diversifying its economy, and one of the have the best infrastructure in roads, airport, and with increased expansion of those facilities. Just to give you an example of how many flights we have, in 2010 we have 371,000 international flight, and 78,000 domestic flight. We have 27 airports in Saudi Arabia, 4 international airports, and 4 regional that also provide international airports. We have a passenger count of about 48 million passengers a year in Saudi Arabia, so it's a significant number of passengers. And the growth as well is continuously to be a very big growth in Saudi Arabia. Our local passenger alone is 12 million passengers per year, so it's a very big also local domestic operation. We have also a major ports. We have Jeddah Airport, which is in the Red Sea. We are the only country that have Red Sea and the Gulf. So we have the Jeddah port with a throughput of 49 million tons, and also Dammam port with a 23 million tons. So we have a lot of potential for air cargo and ports, which is similar to what Robert has mentioned here in Georgia. We're also going through a privatization of our cargo business. Our cargo business today has been run as a company. It's been sold to private investor along with Saudi as a major shareholder. And as you see, we've been expanding rapidly over the last few years. We've gone from 10 destinations to 23 destinations, going to 30 destinations. And we serve internationally, not only for the local market, but for the whole, from China all the way to Europe, all the way to the US. And we're now putting a lot of emphasis in Africa as a big potential market for us in Saudi Arabia, especially with the proximity of the Saudi Arabia. We also handle 60 airlines in Jeddah, 38 airlines in Riyadh, and 23 airlines in Dammam. So we have 3 major cargo hubs in Saudi Arabia that we operate from, and we are having a very big project coming through, which I will mention going in the next few slides. So this is just some statistic about where the market, the volumes, and I will keep this presentation available for you to look at. And this is some of the commodity that we carry along in Saudi Arabia. Going forward, we are now there is 4 major projects in Saudi Arabia for airport development. One, Jeddah Airport, which is going to be taking Jeddah from almost 20 million passenger to 30 million passenger and up to 80 million passenger per year. It's a huge expansion that already on the ground and operated. We have the Medina expansion, which is a totally new airport in Medina. We have the Riyadh expansion as well, with 13.6 million going to 25 million and up to 50 million. And also we have further plans for Dammam for increase in passengers. So there will be a lot of projects in airports which will provide a lot of new infrastructure capability, along with the expansion of the road, which will continue to expand, as well as the railroad in Saudi Arabia. We, in the cargo business, we're going to also develop our own cargo village in Jeddah, which will be the largest in the Middle East, and will provide total logistic facilities in Jeddah that will provide a bonded facility, not only for our cargo, but also for all the handlers that would require some facilities in the airport. And this is going to be done on phases. And this is just a preview of what's going to happen there. It's going to be one of the largest facility. As you see, it's going to have forwarding facility as well as the cargo terminal, and with all the security arrangement that will increasingly required for a world-class logistics center. And this is the sort of expectation. Short term, we're going to go to 470,000 ton, up to 650,000 ton, up to 1 million tons going forward in the development of the new cargo facilities. And this is the steps that we're going to take in the long run. This is very important that it will coincide with the development of Jeddah Airport, which is going to open, inshallah, in 2014. This is one presentation. The second presentation, if I can have the gentleman put it. I have few hats that I'm wearing, so I'm going to use all my hats. So it's a double hitter, as you say in baseball. Okay. The other one that I would like to present to you, which is a very ambitious city, which is called King Abdullah Economic City. This is one of the first economic cities in Saudi Arabia, and one that is actually on the ground and developing. It's a vision from King Abdullah to establish economic city as a great enabler for social and economic development in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. It is a city with 165 million square meter, which is about 60 million square mile of availability. It's on the Red Sea, and as you see, it's divided to a few zones: a seaport, which will be opened in 2012, industrial park, central business district, health and ecosystem business, media and educational and residential, as well as resort. So it's a complete city under the act of the economic city of Saudi Arabia. This is the development phases that that's in. We can see the port on the left, the power plant, and the industrial valley, the bonded zone, which is the only bonded zone going to be available in Saudi Arabia. And it's going to be provided with a gas pipeline that will give industries ability to produce there with energy efficiency in Saudi Arabia. And you see in the top as well as the railway station for a Haramain, which will stop there. So it will give it also a lot of accessibility to the city. It's only an hour drive from Jeddah anyway, so it's not really a far. And the industrial valley is a 1.6 million already done, and it's already been leased to major companies in Saudi and international company. The second phase is a 2 million square under construction, and going forward, going to 7 million square meter, as well as the bonded facility. And you see some of the anchors that have started operating in this zone. And this going to be a very modern run facilities with its own laws within the city that will simplify doing business. This is the port. It's a 4 million TEU, which is 20-ton equivalent, and 15-meter container berth with channel depth of 18 meters, and its first commercial operation will be in July 2013. So we invite all of you to take opportunities in doing business in Saudi Arabia through those facilities. And this is where it all works, the ports, the roads, the railroad, and the shipping lines between east and west, as well as going through the Gulf. Thank you.